From WCPO 9 on your side, it's a new day with your host, Mona Morrow.
Welcome back. Well, sometimes we forget that when someone is incarcerated, they leave behind family and friends who experience disappointment, heartache, and embarrassment. Well, my guests today are working to help these family and friends, and I appreciate you being here. Victor Kolb is a family support facilitator for the 4-7, and Michelle Heist is the spiritual growth director at the 4-7. Thank you so much for being here. Last month, we kind of talked with an organization that was really focusing on reentry, but this is such an important topic. I want to bring in 4-7, talk about the work that you're doing as well. So first, let's find out, how did you get the name 4-7?
Awesome. Well, the name 4-7 comes from the scripture verse, Ephesians 4:7, which talks about, to each one of us grace was given according to the gift of Christ, which means essentially we all get grace, no matter what it is that we've done in life. It's not measured based on what we do or what we've done or what we will do, but it's based on Christ saying, I'm giving you this free thing, so there's not anything that you could pay for.
I love it. I love it. All right, so tell me how the 4-7 came to be and why you really start focusing on people who are incarcerated and their families.
Awesome. So the 4-7 spun out of volunteers wanting to see the community be transformed. And so the way that they saw the communities needing to be transformed as it relates to those who are incarcerated was get involved. Let's get inside the prisons. Let's go. Let's get our hands dirty and let's walk alongside these individuals. And so that's part of kind of what I get to do is walk alongside spiritually of how do we incorporate those things. So that's, yeah.
Okay, so Victor, how did you get involved?
Well, my wife and I, unfortunately, are part of a group that no one wants to be in, and that's that we have a loved one that's incarcerated. Currently, our daughter is in prison, and my brother has been in and out of jail throughout his lifetime. So we also have 2 other daughters going through this, and having someone that you love go to jail is disappointing in that individual. There's a lot of emotional pain that goes with it. You're embarrassed and often guilty as well. And being a father and a brother, I carried a lot of guilt about what I could have done differently, or what did I do wrong, or why wasn't I there at this certain time. And so recognizing that, you start to hold in those feelings, and you hide those emotions from your neighbors, your coworkers, your friends, and you even hide it from your family. And we boxed it in for many years, and we decided we can't be the only people going through this. And so we found the 4-7 and partner with the 4-7 and offer a community support group for families that are going through that.
And these families, the support group meets typically monthly, is that right?
Correct.
And why do you think that so many people, so many of us, forget about the families who are left behind?
Well, it's so easy for the story to be about the inmate, and when the person that has committed the crime and they've just been served their sentence and they have a prison term, the family's also sentenced as well for that same period of time. And it may be the previous provider of income for that family that's been affected. It's embarrassing for school kids when their parents are in jail and they're teased. So there's an overall impact with just not only that individual, but the people that love them as well.
And to tack on to that, which is why the volunteers started the organization, one of the premises is transforming communities. And so just because individuals are incarcerated doesn't mean that they're no longer a part of the community. They are very much a part of the community. And so everyone is affected by incarceration. And so those volunteers said, what can we do? How can we come alongside the families? How can we come alongside the inmates, which that process, we believe, reentry starts the moment they come in. Not 6 months before they're about to leave, not 2 months, but how do you change the mentality going in? And so a great thing is to go at the person incarcerated, but also go at the families, because if you transform both, you transform families. You transform families, you transform communities. You transform communities, you transform the world.
Yeah. Oh, that's just beautiful. Nice job, Michelle. So tell me, how do people get involved? How would someone get involved, volunteer maybe, for this organization, or get involved with a support group?
Well, the easiest way to get involved is to go to our website, which is the47.org, and find out information there. If you want to volunteer, that's the place to go for that information. And if you want support, that's the same place to go for that. Or you can email us at families@the47.org.
And I just want to say how popular this is. We started off in one prison in the state of Ohio. Now we're in 6 prisons, and we're also going into Kentucky.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's great that Hamilton County is supporting us, Claremont County is supporting us, and it's wonderful to have the support of the media as well for this cause.
Absolutely. Like you said, who's not for transforming communities and families? Thank you both for being here. Is there one thing that you want to let people know about the 4-7? One thing.
Well, for me, the thing I want people to know about the 4-7 is that people don't have to feel like they need to go through anything alone. There are people that will empathize. They've walked in those shoes, and it's a place where you won't be judged. You can just be a part of a group, like I said before, that no one wants to be in, but you'll be loved. And then also for volunteers about the 4-7, I mean, there's a great reward in going into helping somebody that eventually is going to be a part of your community again.
Okay, thank you both so much for being here. This is really important. I hope you will contact them, the47.org, the47.org. Thank you both. You've been great. Appreciate it. And coming up next, encouraging children to love reading.